Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a kingdom called Alaris. Alaris was not like other kingdoms. Its rivers sang songs. Its mountains whispered secrets. And its forests carried voices of those who once lived there. People called it the Kingdom of Echoes. At the heart of Alaris lived a young girl named Lyra. Lyra was 13, with hair as dark as midnight and eyes that shimmered like silver pools. She lived in a small cottage with her grandmother, who was a storyteller. Every night, her grandmother told her tales of the echoes. They are not just sounds, she said. They are memories. And memories are alive. Lyra listened with wide eyes. She always wondered if she could speak to the echoes herself. One evening, she wandered into the forest after sunset. The trees glowed faintly, as though lit from within. Lyra stopped, hearing her name. Lyra. Her heart skipped. "Who's there?" she whispered. The voice laughed softly. "Don't be afraid." Lyra followed the sound. It led her to an ancient stone circle hidden among the roots. At its center lay a crystal, glowing with blue light. The crystal pulsed like a heartbeat. Lyra reached out, trembling. The moment her hand touched it, light burst around her. The forest spun. And then, silence. When Lyra opened her eyes, she stood in another place. The air was filled with shimmering voices. Faces of people long gone floated in the air like mist. It was the realm of echoes. A tall figure approached her. He wore robes of flowing silver. His eyes glowed with calm wisdom. "Welcome, Lyra," he said. "I am Elian, guardian of the echoes." Lyra gasped. "You know my name." Elian nodded. "The echoes speak of you. They have chosen you." "Chosen me for what?" Lyra asked. "To protect them. The echoes are fading. Darkness grows." Lyra shivered. "Darkness?" "Yes," Elian said gravely. "The silencers. Creatures that feed on voices, stealing memories until nothing remains." Lyra's stomach twisted. "But I'm just a girl. How can I fight them?" Elian raised his hand. The crystal she had touched appeared, glowing brighter. "With this," he said. "It is the echo stone. It carries every voice ever spoken. And with it, you can call upon the strength of those who came before." Lyra stared at the stone in awe. She felt warmth in her hand as it floated toward her. The voices whispered, "We are with you." Lyra held it tight. Courage sparked in her chest. "What must I do?" she asked. "You must journey across Alaris," Elian said. "To the 4 echo shrines. Restore them, and the kingdom will be safe again." Lyra nodded, though fear tingled in her belly. "I'll try." Elian smiled. "That is all we ask." The realm of echoes faded. Lyra found herself back in the forest. The echo stone glowed faintly in her hand. She looked at the sky. The moon seemed brighter. The voices whispered, "Begin." So Lyra began her journey. At dawn, she set out with only a satchel, some bread, and the echo stone. Her first destination was the Shrine of Rivers, far to the east. She walked for days, following the flowing water. The rivers hummed with music, guiding her. But one evening, their hum broke into silence. The water turned black. Lyra's skin prickled. Shadows crawled from the banks. They had no faces, only mouths that gaped wide. The silencers. Lyra gripped the echo stone. The whispers urged her, "Do not fear." The shadows hissed, rushing toward her. Lyra raised the stone high. "Help me," she cried. Suddenly, voices burst from the stone. A warrior's roar. A mother's lullaby. A child's laughter. They merged into a wave of sound that blasted the shadows back. The silencers shrieked and dissolved. Lyra stood trembling, but alive. "It worked," she whispered. She pressed on, reaching the Shrine of Rivers. The shrine was crumbling, half submerged. The echo stone pulsed. Lyra placed it on the altar. Water glowed, surging with light. A song filled the air, clear and strong. The shrine was restored. One down, Lyra murmured. She picked up the stone again, its glow stronger than before. Her next journey was to the Shrine of Mountains. She climbed steep cliffs, her hands blistered and her body weary. But the voices cheered her on. Do not give up. At the peak, she found the shrine guarded by a colossal silencer. Its body was like smoke, its mouth wide as a cavern. Lyra's knees shook. I can't, she whispered. But the stone glowed fiercely. Their voices roared, you are not alone. Lyra lifted the stone, shouting. The mountain itself echoed her cry. The silencer shrieked, cracks spreading through its form. Light burst from the shrine, banishing it. Lyra collapsed, exhausted but victorious. The shrine glowed steady again. Too done, she said, panting. She descended, carrying the stone close to her heart. Her third task was the Shrine of Forests. This shrine was hidden deep in the whispering woods. The trees murmured as she walked. Some voices were kind. Others were cruel, trying to mislead her. Lyra held firm, guided by the stone's warmth. Finally, she reached a clearing. The shrine was overgrown, roots twisting around it. As she stepped forward, vines lashed out, forming a silencer of branches. It snarled, shaking the ground. Lyra raised the stone, but the voices wavered. Fear gripped her. No, she cried. Suddenly, her grandmother's voice echoed in her ear. Memories are alive. Lyra's eyes widened. She sang. A simple song her grandmother taught her. The stone amplified it, sending waves of music into the forest. The vines recoiled, twisting and snapping. The silencer crumbled into dust. The shrine bloomed with light, flowers unfurling around it. Tears filled Lyra's eyes. 3, she whispered. Only one shrine remained, the Shrine of Skies. It floated on an island above the clouds. Lyra had no wings, no way to fly. She sat at the mountain's base, despair filling her. But the echo stone pulsed gently. Believe. Lyra closed her eyes. She imagined herself soaring. Suddenly, their voices lifted around her like wind. She rose, carried by sound itself. Higher and higher she flew, until she landed on the floating island. The Shrine of Skies shimmered, but a darkness loomed above. The largest silencer of all descended. Its mouth stretched wide enough to swallow the heavens. Lyra's courage faltered. I can't fight that. The stone glowed furiously. Their voices thundered, you are never alone. Light poured from the stone, forming figures all around her. Warriors, mothers, children, elders, every memory, every voice. They stood with her, glowing. Lyra raised the stone. Together, they shouted. The sound shook the skies. The silencer writhed, breaking apart. Light burst across the heavens. The shrine flared to life, glowing brighter than the sun. Lyra fell to her knees, tears streaming. It's done. Their voices whispered softly, you saved us. The echo stone dimmed, its task complete. Lyra felt warmth spread through her chest. She was no longer afraid. She had listened. She had believed. She had protected the echoes. The realm of echoes opened before her once more. Elian appeared, smiling. You have restored the kingdom. Lyra bowed her head. I only did what I could. And that, Elian said, was enough. He lifted his hand. The stone dissolved into Lyra's heart. From now on, you are the keeper of echoes. Lyra's eyes widened. Me? Yes. The echoes will always need you. And you will never be alone. Lyra felt peace settle over her. She thought of her grandmother, of her village, of all the voices she had saved. "I'll protect them," she vowed. Elian nodded. "Then Alaris will never fall silent." Lyra returned to her cottage, changed forever. The villagers saw her glow with a strange light. They no longer doubted her. They listened when she spoke. They believed when she told them memories were alive. And every night, when the wind carried whispers through the valley, they smiled. For they knew Lyra was listening. She grew older, wiser, stronger. And the echoes grew brighter. Children gathered around her, eager for her stories. She told them of voices, of memories, of courage. And the children dreamed of becoming keepers themselves. The kingdom of echoes thrived. The rivers sang again. The mountains whispered proudly. The forests hummed with life. And the skies rang with songs. Lyra knew her journey was not over. But she was no longer afraid. She carried the voices in her heart. They guided her, strengthened her, loved her. And she guided them home, whenever they were lost. Years later, people told her story across Alaris. They spoke of the girl who saved the echoes. They called her Lyra the listener. Some said she could still be heard in the wind. Some said her laughter echoed in rivers. And some swore she shone in the stars. But all agreed, she was a hero. And the echoes would never fade again. Because she had taught the world to listen. And listening was the greatest power of all. Lyra's legend lived on for centuries. Children whispered her name with awe. The echoes carried her story to every corner of the kingdom. And even when she was gone, her voice remained. A lullaby in the wind. A laugh in the river. A song in the sky. The echoes were alive, forever. The darkness never returned. Because one girl had the courage to listen. And to believe. And to fight for voices that others could not hear. Lyra's name became eternal. The keeper of echoes, protector of memory. The girl who silenced the silence. And brought light to the kingdom. The end.